developing a new generation of entrepreneurs to provide practical tools to teach young people how to build businesses and to create employment for others. In Lagos, the possibilities are endless. Èkó ò ní bàjẹ́ o.
Lagos State, in partnership with AGDC, presents Ignite, powered by First Bank and supported by Bank of Industry.
A very contentious part of is taxation. For the average Nigerian business person, that's not a word you like to hear very well. Primarily because we haven't had the privilege of traditionally having governments we could trust to pay taxes to. Because we've always felt that it's a bit like paying money for nothing. Because after you've paid the taxes, you've still got to be your own government by providing yourself with everything. But times are changing. We must truly say that, at least with the Lagos State experience, we've had a good chance to see what difference our taxes can make. And I'm sure that the governments have also learned that where you create values for the people, they're more willing to pay taxes. I've asked that for us to cover the area of taxation, we'll look at both sides of it, because there's the government side and there's the private sector side. I want you to know the laws, the taxation laws, and how the government intends to apply it or what they expect from you. But I also want you to look at it from the private sector side, because there are accountants that are taxation professionals, and they can guide you on all the things you must look into, all the things you must plan for, and how to mitigate against your business running into trouble where taxation is concerned. So today I've asked a friend of mine and a partner in Pedable Financial Services, a very smart gentleman that I've had the pleasure of having him serve our company and help the entire group in terms of running our taxes. So I'd like us to welcome Mr. Albert Olani Folorunsho.
Ignite, from dreams to reality. From the great city of Lagos, it's another inspiring episode of Ignite. Practical business advice taking you from dreams to reality. Ignite, from dreams to reality.
Let's start by asking you your own perspective on business taxes as at today, so that we get a feel of where you are, and by taking your temperature, you can have a better idea of how to help you in terms of what you need to know, apart from the general things he'd like to share with you. Any takers?
My perspective about taxation is that if you know your business cannot pay tax at the moment, don't register it with CAC, Corporate Affairs Commission.
Okay. Okay. Let's take a temperature of the house. How many of you already own businesses? Raise up your hand. Keep your hand up, okay? Because this is about 70% of the people in the house who already have businesses. Now, keep your hand up. How many of you with your hands up currently pay taxes from your business?
Wow.
There's only one hand left. So, I've got the right audience. I'm going to go to Mr. Folorunsho now. I will come back to tell you the cost to your business of all of you having to put your hands down. Not money, the money you are paying, but the actual cost to your business on the long run. And you will realize what a big mistake it is to be in that position. Yes, sir. Please tell my people exactly what is involved in corporate tax for small. A lot of them have small or growing businesses, and some are still aspiring. And at home, there are people at different levels of business. But let's start from my own people.
Okay.
The small and the starting up, all the kind of taxes that are involved and the things that we've got to be aware of. And you've listened to them, so you know where they are.
I want to thank you very much for...
Let's welcome Mr. Florence.
For telling me, for giving me your genuine perspective about Nigerian tax. It's not too far from what we hear, as consultants, you move from one company to the other. Okay, the first question is, can you justify why I should continue to pay tax as an entrepreneur or as a company? One is the fact that the road leading to my office, I just finished constructing it with my own money. So what is the justification for paying any tax to government? I'm not going to dwell on that, but what I want to say is that in terms of taxation, the persons that are liable to pay taxes, one, we have, of course, a company that is limited. We also have individuals, okay? So if you run a business as an enterprise that is not registered with Corporate Affairs Commission as a limited liability company, the responsibility for the tax is on you as the owner. So the tax is payable by you. Abiodun and Co. The tax is payable by who? By Abiodun. But if you have ABC Limited, the tax is payable by ABC Limited because it's a distinct entity from the person that owns the company. Okay, so whether you have incorporated or you are not incorporated, there is no exemption, general exemption from taxation. You are supposed, as an individual, as a company, okay, to register with the relevant tax authority. In fact, in some developed countries, payment of tax is an evidence that you are into what? Serious business. Okay, if you want to relegate your business into that portfolio and you don't have a registration number or what we call tax identification number, it means that you have not started what? A serious business. Okay, so whether you have made profit, you have started selling, you have a turnover or not, take steps to register your company. Okay, and if you are an individual, there's nothing stopping you from keeping, declaring whatever income you have to the relevant authority. They will calculate how much tax you are supposed to pay. So there is no exemption from registration for tax. We must understand the fact that taxation is what you have to pay. You don't have to justify the fact that government has not done this. If you don't pay your own tax, you don't have moral justification to question the government. And, the general, understanding is that it is better for you to pay your taxes first and then ask government to what? To account for how the taxes has been what? Has been spent. That is how you go about, that is what we are preaching, really. Okay, because if you want to base it on, what is happening within your environment, sometimes we want to compare the tax rate in Nigeria with some other countries, and we say that our tax rate is very low. I used to explain to people that our tax rate is not really low, okay, because sometimes when you pay for your, you pay your tax, and then you now spend out of your balance to provide those amenities that government should have provided. By the time you consolidate the tax plus the other amenities you have provided for yourself and use that to calculate your effective rate, it's pretty high. So, but of course, there's nothing we can do. We need to encourage the government. We have encouraged Lagos State, and generally, people believe that they have tried in a number of ways to also give back to the citizen. So I appeal to us to, as an entrepreneur, you must start from point zero. If you have not made income, nobody will ask you to pay tax. Okay? I used to ask my clients that, oh, my tax is getting high. I said, do you prefer that your turnover reduce? Because as your income is going up, your tax will definitely be what? Be increasing. Just go and pray that you begin to pay taxes in what? In billions. Because you don't pay tax from your turnover, you pay out of what? Out of profit. So just pray that your taxes continue to increase. Okay, thank you.
Ignite, from dreams to reality.